Gaffer, thanks for joining us on Latics TV. We had the good news that Matt Smith will be available at the weekend. Always a positive when that happens.
Yeah, no, listen, it is always a positive, and I think at the time we knew that it weren't a red card. It weren't even a penalty. If there was any going to be a foul, it should have been outside the box. But in fairness to the referee, Aaron, I'm sure he's a young, up-and-coming referee who's going to make mistakes. I know it's hard for them, but we were just pleased to get it overturned, because on another day you probably could have went on and lost that game. But the lads were excellent without the ball. They defended, bodies on the line resolutely, and which I was pleased with. Yet the performance when Matt got sent off with the ball was no good. We knew that, but we were down to 10 men. Hemel instead, got the tails up a little bit and had a real good go. So, look, what I will say as well with the decisions that's gone against us of late, you can talk about the Plymouth penalty, which potentially weren't a penalty, the Lincoln one potentially weren't, the Mansfield disallowed goal. So, for albeit where we are now, we probably deserve to be where we are in the league and the points, but with a little bit of luck or decisions being a little bit better, a little bit greater for us, you could be sitting here with another 5 points in my eyes. So, and it looks a lot different, and you're further up the table. You got more points out of so many games. So, we're optimistic in terms of the work we're doing with the lads, and the lads have had a few kicks in the teeth, if I'm being honest with you, with the red cards and the decisions that's gone against us. So, hopefully now with a bit of luck that this has gone for us, the tables can start turning with us on decisions. But yeah, listen, over the moon, it's been rescinded, and we can look forward to seeing Matt play again on Saturday.
After the game on Saturday, you mentioned how we are in a rebuilding process. Where do you actually see ourselves as part of that project?
Well, part of the project is where we are right now after so many games and the points we're on. But I would say we should be on more in terms of the disallowed goal against Mansfield, the penalty decision against Lincoln, the penalty decision against Plymouth further down the line. So I'd like to think we could be sitting here with more points, if I'm being honest with you, Jay. If you're sitting here with 20 points or 21 points, then it looks a whole lot different. Where we are is where we are, and we're there for a reason. We've now got to break that barrier of getting into the top 12 and then staying into the top 12, top 10, and then see where it takes us. So, yeah, it is a building project. We are building for the future, of course. It doesn't just happen overnight. We've had one transfer window. We brought, I think it was 9 players in. We've still had a couple of them to gel. You're seeing different players like Ollie and Carl now getting on the score sheet. The 2 strikers haven't really played much together in terms of Christian Sadie and Dara Costello, because both suspensions. I think 2 of them have missed 6 games between them. Again, on red cards that probably shouldn't have been red cards. So there's been a little bit of inconsistency with the squad in terms of team selection. There's definitely been a lot of inconsistency in the games we've played and the games we've won, lost and drawn. So we've got to find a little bit of consistency along the way, mate. And hopefully over the next month we can find that and start getting more points on the board and seeing where it takes us. But as I said, mate, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. We're going to hit bumps in the road. But what I will say is we're in decent form in terms of results, because we're 3 unbeaten now, if that makes sense. And we got through to the second round, yeah, by hook or by crook. But we had that quality in the penalty shootout to get through that. And we want to continue that, we want to build on it. And, we've got Exeter away on Saturday. It's going to be a tough game, we know that. Gary's got them playing some good stuff, and, they've built momentum as well since they beat Plymouth Argyle, and they're doing the same thing as us. So, yeah, it's all exciting for a good afternoon, Saturday afternoon away at Exeter.
How have we been preparing for that game? Not only at Christopher Park, but actually the travel preparations too.
Yeah, but we'll travel tomorrow and we'll train halfway down. Obviously, it's a long way to go. We're not lucky enough to fly all the time. The team behind the team bust the gut to get us to go to Plymouth or fly, which is an extra hour and 10 minutes sometimes, depending with traffic. So we'll travel tomorrow, we'll train halfway down there, and we'll do our last bit of preparation. Then we'll get to Exeter at a decent enough time, hopefully, if the traffic's kind to us. And yet we've been preparing all week on what we need to do, and we've focused a lot on us. We respect, obviously, Exeter, of course we will, but we've got to do a little bit more on us. If we do a little bit more on us and be a little bit better with the ball on the top end of the pitch, then I'm a big believer that we can beat anyone on the day.
Have you seen a response in training from what you're looking for?
Yeah, well, training's been, as it always is, it's been excellent this week. I'm not going to lie, it was a little bit of there was a lot of people disappointed with the performance against Hemel, but then when you peel it all back, and then when you get the good news that Matt's red card shouldn't have been a red card, it shouldn't have been a penalty, probably sitting here saying different things. But the lads were disappointed with the performance, of course. But then obviously I had to praise them with the performance, what they did without the ball, bodies on the line, blocks, last minute clearances, to get to extra time and then to get to penalties to see us through. So yeah, there was a little bit of disappointment in performances, of course. Once we nullified that on the Monday, we went about our business all week then to build up for Exeter. And as I say, the lads have been excellent all week in training.
Gary Caldwell is someone that the Latics supporters know very well. He won the league title here back in 2015 to 16. Obviously a former player who won the FA Cup. How does he set up his tight teams at Exeter City?
Well, listen, he's no mug, Gary, for what he done here was excellent. You know, probably hard done by him losing his job when he was here and winning the league, and then I think it was a couple of months later lost the job for whatever reasons. But took a bit of time out, went to Chesterfield, now at Exeter, and he's a fantastic bloke as well, I must say. A lot of people speak highly of him, but he has his teams well prepared and well set up and well coached. You can see that him and his coaching staff, and we have to respect that. Of course, we will. But again, it's two teams, you know, locking on to try and get 3 points, definitely.
And obviously it's a very long way to go. Our supporters have snapped up the tickets to come in numbers. They'll be massive on the road. We are looking for that first away win, and you've said multiple times it's just around the corner. Fingers crossed it will be this weekend. Yeah, it's just around the corner. We have to start right. We have to do the basics right. As I said that to the players all week, and we'll continue the preparation tomorrow. And as I said after the Hemel Hempstead game, we don't want to let our fans down. We're here. That's what we're here for. We're here for our fans. We're trying to build for our fans. We want good times to happen every week if we possibly can, or every other week. We know it's a difficult league, but listen, everything we do and on a training day, I make sure that the fans are well equipped and a part of that. We're well equipped and the fans are a part of what we're trying to do for them, because without them there'd be no football club, there'd be no one in the stadium. So we understand that, and the support is honestly it's been amazing so far. So good, long may it continue, and as I say, hopefully that first win's around the corner. Fingers crossed. And finally, earlier this week we were drawn against Barrow in the second round of the FA Cup. Must be really pleasing as head coach to get another home tie, because it makes a big difference. Well, I actually didn't know it being drawn, because it was drawn a lot earlier, and my lad told me we got Barrow at home, and when you see Barrow at home, you know, it's obviously pleasing, because Barrow's a tough place to go, let me tell you. But again, it's another game that we feel can win. It's a team and a level that's better than what Hemel Hempstead was, and a league below us. We can't take them for granted, and it's a good opportunity now for us to hopefully get through to the third round. But again, there's going to be a team that are going to be fighting, battling away for their club and their manager and their coaching staff to do the same thing. We've just got to make sure that we're a bit better than we was in the last round of the FA Cup to try and get to the third round of the FA Cup where everyone wants to be, and hopefully we can have our fans and have a special day out somewhere along the line against the Premier League team. But there's a team standing in our way.